Hi, my name is Dr. Evelyn. I'm a Jawad teacher and also a tutor on the accredited Jawad belly dance training courses. In this video, I want to go over some of the technique for tacks or glute contractions, if you like. Now, your tacks are incredibly versatile when you're dancing, and it's coming down to that muscle isolation again, which we use so much in belly dancing. We're going to check the posture first of all, so make sure that you've got your ankles, your knees and your hip bones aligned, and very importantly that you allow your tailbone to melt down that 30% or so down to the floor, holding it in with your lower abs and pelvic floor. Now, your tacks, basically your gluteus maximus, your largest muscle in your body, and it's these ones here. A lot of people just sit on them all day long, but we want to be able to isolate them so that we can use them for dancing. So this is where sometimes it gets a bit odd if I teach this in class, but the best way to kind of find out whether you're actually doing it or not is by putting your hands onto your bum and then clench your glute muscles and then let it go. So most people can do them both at the same time, and then you can let it go, and again clench and let it go. Now when we're dancing, we want to be able to isolate them, doing them one at a time. So try and see if, again, with your correct posture and soft knees, you can just clench one glute muscle, relax it, clench the other one, let go, and then keep alternating one glute then the other. Now this is basically a tack, but it's a very small move, even when you train your glute muscles to make very nice big movements. So what we do when we dance is that we allow our weight to shift on our feet, and we allow the thigh muscles to help a tiny bit as well. So I've just widened my stance ever so slightly, and then what I'll do is I'll shift my weight over to the right, and I've tucked under, knees soft, and as I contract my glute muscle, I allow my knee to straighten but not lock. Boom. Then I'm going to shift my weight over to the left. As my weight comes onto the foot, I contract my glute muscle and I allow the knee to straighten. Onto the right, onto the left, contract, to the right, contract, onto the left, contract. So the most important thing is here is that you actually start the movement with your glute muscle, and don't cheat just with your knee, because then you end up and it just looks like this. I want you to find that muscle and make use of it. Now, a good way to train your glute muscles is often by sitting down, because then you can't cheat and you can't allow your legs to do all the work for you. So either sitting on the floor, or if you sit on a chair, and then try clenching one glute muscle then the other. That way you're really going to build that muscle power and also the memory in your body. This is your basic tacks, and we'll be dancing with it here. As you get more advanced with it, you'll probably find that you're using other muscles as well, which is great, but it's mainly your glute muscle, and we're allowing the leg to help make the move bigger. The arms can either just frame that lovely move, or they can be somewhere else. They can be here. But we really want to show off that nice strength, so we're keeping the arms really simple. If we want to take it a step further, we can start moving with it. Now, as we just learned there, it's as soon as the weight comes onto the foot, we contract. That means technically the other leg, the other foot, is free to move and take a step. So we can take a tiny step forwards, and then as the weight shifts onto it, contract your glute muscle, and then we're ready to step with the other foot. Step, contract, step, contract, step, contract, step, contract. Now it's very important just to take tiny steps. So Make sure you only maybe step half your foot width on here as you're stepping forwards, because the bigger the step, the harder it is to actually do that glute contraction and control yourself to move forward without losing balance. So we can walk forwards, 2, 3, 4, and then we can also move backwards. Now when we move backwards, the steps have to be even smaller. So we're just going to step onto the foot that's behind, tack, put the other one in, tack, and again, 3, 4. Now on this one you have to be your own little knee police. Women in particular are very good at locking their knees back. If you're not sure whether you're doing it or not, give it a go as you're just standing. It's not something we want to do when we're dancing, but it's useful to be able to do this because it gives your kneecaps a bit of a rest. But locking back like that is okay if you want to have a break and rest your kneecaps, but when you're dancing, you have got a bit of give in your knee, and even when you're contracting your glute muscle and your leg straightens, you never lock it back. Now there's a difference there. So if you feel a bit like clonky clonk, check that you're not doing that. With our tacks, we can obviously do more than just walk forwards. As soon as we can walk with it, we can take it anywhere that we want. And our arms can move from one framing position into another framing position, a dead furrow here, or even moving. Let's try a bit of that with some music. So find your posture first of all, and we're just gonna do tacks on the spot. Shift your weight, contract the glute. Find to allow the leg to help you. And then we can walk forward slow. 1, 2, 3, and back again. 1, 2, 3, and forwards. Around in a circle. Play around with different arms. And again, walking forwards and back and forwards and backwards. So once we've got this basic movement with the tacks, we can have a play around with the rhythm as well. So instead of just constantly going 1, 2, 3, we could go 1, 2, 3, nothing, 1, 2, 3. We can say 1, 2, 3 as a little chassé. And moving backwards. And around ourselves. And finally, we can do what's known as a double tack. So we can say 1, 2. 1, 2. So a small contraction, letting it go, big contraction, letting it go. Small, big, small, big, small, big. Once we've got that, we can move with it as well. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. And flat feet. And back again. So that's some variation on a basic tack, your glute contractions. I forgot to say, very useful to be able to do a shimmy in between of these because you might feel that everything gets stuck. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed dancing with your tacks.